to be the MD of a bank. What are the qualifications that make me qualified for it? Where am I right now? What is missing in my CV? What knowledge do I need? Instead of buying a new car, can I use the money to pay for an MBA? Because the MBA will produce results for me. Instead of going to buy a new wig, can I go and learn how to code or how to do something that is relevant to what I perceive is my calling? So I went to this, my good guy, and told him I want to go back to school. My husband said, yeah, why not? Because I was going to school abroad, so I was going to have to be going back and forth. And it was a large sum of money for the program. So my husband said, yes. Then, like a month or two after that, I found out I was pregnant with my last child. Thought I was done with children. But, some guy kicked his way through. So I said to my husband, this is what they said. He said, forget the MBA. Forget the MBA. Oh, no problem. Should be 9 months project. It's a baby project. Once I delivered the baby, I went back to him and said, okay, can I go back now? I'm sure he said yes, thinking who is going to have a baby and then go to MBA immediately. But you see, when there's a desire, there's a way. You must know why. You must know why you do anything that you do. You must be sensitive to the leading and the nurturing of God in your life. But you must know for what. And sometimes you won't, but you will trust God and you will trust His nurture. So I started nursing a baby. I started applying for my MBA. I took my GMAT exam, did my application, and I got accepted. And my baby was 6 months when I started school in Barcelona. It was hard work, I can tell you. For the 18 months, there were days I told myself, who sent you? Because I thought, 600 cases in 18 months. I was traveling back and forth. My business was running. I had a baby. I had 2 other children. And I still had a home to run. I was going back and forth, but I finished. And everything I learned. In fact, in the middle of it was a very trying, because it was within that period that the government of Nigeria had a change of policy that impacted my business very harshly. Some of what I was being taught in school was part of how I navigated, because that knowledge was useful for the troubles that Nigeria had inflicted on my business and businesses like mine. But what is the end story? First and foremost, I've been serving as the only African on the board of that top business school, which is number 4 in the world right now, for the last almost 8 or 10 years. 2, when companies started coming to ask me, would you serve on this board? Would you serve on that board? What did they always ask for? Your CV. What will be on it? BSc chemistry. My first degree is in chemistry. And years of building my business. Okay, LBS. But you see, the broader, the higher, the bigger the challenge of the kind of boards you want to serve on, the more of a generalist knowledge you need, and capacity to build, and capacity to understand. Because if you're in the right organizations, there'll be a lot of smart people working for you. You must not get in their way. You must be able to enhance their ways because of knowledge. And of course, after I finished business school, it became a habit for me to go to school every year. I'm in school right now because God needs me to be prepared for every possible place that I can sit. And one key thing, you're building capacity, build it with the right values.